Oh boy. You guys ever had one of those weeks where, or really one of those days where you just straight up get up, go to work, do your mundane tasks, and then for whatever reason, you just come home and you're just like, holy fucking shit, I'm really tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, that kind of happened this week. Happened on Thursday. But hey, we're not talking about life and being tired and shit. And this is clearly not a ploy to just, spread and talk about random bullshit because there's really not a lot happening because the Guild War itself is not really that interesting. No. We're just, doing chitter-chatter-box bullshit because there's nothing to really say. So either way, guys, hey, it's Destina, it's Dark Corvus, and it's a Laia. We're going up into a Nahkwol. The main reason why Laia's there is pretty much because Nahkwol is there. She is one of the best heroes that you could ever just straight up throw onto a team anytime you see Nahkwol and you're like, you know what? I feel like turning my brain off because, fuck thinking. And then there's an Abyssal Yufine as well as a Savior Adin. So you're probably looking at this and you're going like, well, wait a minute. Are you really going to just go into the Savior Adin? Well, the biggest reason as to why I went into it with my Devil's Descent is because I straight up didn't know what the HP values of the Yufine were, because like I said before, I was tired as fuck when I did this, and I wasn't paying any remote attention to any of the HP values. And because of that, I actually might have been able to kill that Yufine right then and there with the Devil's Descent. But you know what? Fuck it. We'll just go ahead and we'll play this by another nifty little experiment, even though it's a Nahkwol utilizing the oh-so-scary fucking tactics of using Death Break. And, things kind of work out just wonderfully because Proof of Valor is a broken artifact. We don't really have to worry about Savior Adin. She's not going to be having things like attack buff while going into us. And, Laia does shit like this. God damn, that's fucking fair, isn't it? Now, thankfully, hey, it doesn't do extinction damage, so it's not quite Dark Corvus, but it's still fucking stupid. So, either way, okay, cool. We just kind of wrap around, go into the perfect conditions for getting to our turns just so wonderfully, where we essentially are wasting turns for the sake of, hey, whatever, we'll just do our big nukes and then we'll eventually win. So, basically, to wrap up this whole match is, we kind of wait until we have the opportunity to kill, and then we kill. And Laia's there strictly as a means of, hey, I'm the anti-Nahkwol shenanigans giver. Dark Corvus will straight up one-tap a Savior Adin any chance that he really gets, and Abyssal Yufine will die from 2 big bursts, one if it's Dark Corvus first, but hey, whatever, it kind of worked out, didn't it? Now, right here was where I was wanting to use Jenua. I wanted to give it a shot, but because it was the very first match for it, I didn't want to really throw it out there. Mainly because fucking Lilias is there. Lilias is the only reason as to why I didn't bring Jenua, because the way in which it would work is, hey, the attackers would then go in, and then Jenua would activate Plan A. Whenever Plan A goes off, then he would do a non-attack skill. That non-attack skill would then trigger the trigger into, like, going into Lilias, because she'll provoke him, and we kind of don't want that to happen. So instead, I just opted for, fuck it, let's just go ahead and throw an Edward in there, as well as a Ambitious Tywin, and then, I can't even remember who my last one was. It was Elena, wasn't it? Yes, it is. So, ultimately, a bunch of weird shit happens with this. Like, straight up, weird as fuck shit is throughout this entire match. I straight up didn't even realize that this Senya was on Warhorn. I was always just like, wait a minute. Where the fuck is the extra damage going in? Like, where's Spear of the New Dawn? What the fuck's going on? Yeah, this Senya was on Warhorn, which is what makes it even fucking weirder. But at the same time, I will give props to this team as well for the fact that the fastest unit was Senya. The Senya went first, and then the fucking Romann went, and then the Lilias went. So, hey, I'll at least give you that. It's just the good thing is, I was thick enough on my team that I was able to withstand it, and I wasn't really overly super crippled. Like, none of the death breaks really went through, mainly because Ambitious Tywin is there. But like, the big thing that fucked me up was the fact that the Senya went first, so then I didn't get the cleansing from the Ambitious Tywin. So ultimately, we got lucky as fuck on the Bromann's turn. We didn't really get a lot of death breaks going through. If that did happen, so the original plan was, oh yeah, Bromann's gonna go first, he's gonna do fucking death break shenanigans, then the Senya, then the Lilias is gonna go. But because Senya went first, basically everything you're seeing here is, oh cool, we got lucky. So everything's hunky-dory, baby. Yeah! Man, I'm a fucking hack. So either way, now let's actually look at Jenua here. So this is something that was really, really fun to do. So it's a Sinful Angelica, a Jenua, and then the last one was a Solitaria of the Snow. We're going into a Dreaded Focus and an Abyssal Yufine comp. So it's Abyssal Yufine, Urban Shadow Shoe, and an Ocean Breeze Luluca. Now, my Solitaria of the Snow is really not that fast. Now, thankfully for us, we go first, so if you have a light speed Solitaria of the Snow, you can do the same shit, and it'll work on probably almost any other fucking comp that you would see, because usually Urban Shadow Shoe is really, really fast. But basically, to those of you who just might have blinked and missed it, Sinful Angelica is there, she goes first, uses S3, gives herself immortality, and gives the rest of the team attack buff and speed buff. Now, the attack buff is important, because then we're able to just go into the Abyssal Yufine, we completely Death Piercer, we also pretty much completely one-tap her, and we get rid of the whole concept of Holy Sack, because that's the whole reason why Sinful Angelica's there. Because anytime anything dies, and she has immortality, hey, LOL, revive mechanics straight up don't work. And then after that, you pretty much just start sweeping through everything else, because focus don't work. Thanks, Solitaria, you the best. And now on to another team where, straight up, I should have fucking lost, but for whatever reason, I just looked at it, I was like, hey, yeah, this'll work. Look how fucking close it comes. So basically, Zio's going to go into whoever was the first one who was going to get their turn. That's Shadow Knight Pyllis. He does a lot of fucking damage to her. And then, right here, if the Senya went first, and then the Lilias went, I'm pretty fucking positive that my Shadow Knight Pyllis might have fucking died. However, I do think I would have still been okay, because we would have got an attack off into the Senya. This would have then triggered the counterattack right here, which then triggers your Cermia to go nuts. We just straight up took that turn on Roana to use the S3 because we didn't need to actually go into her yet. But hey, because Shadow Knight Pyllis didn't die, we'll use her turn, go into the Senya. Now this triggers Lionheart Cermia, who's gonna trigger a fucking bomb! Boom! Now that does a lot of fucking damage, and straight up, they're all on death's door. Literally any attack going into any other fucking unit is pretty much gonna die. So like, hey, let's just get rid of Zio, because quite frankly, he can do a lot of damage to your Lionheart. Even though Shadow Knight Pyllis is there to reduce the damage on the follow-up attack, shit still kind of fucking hurts, especially if it is a damage-based Zio. Now, the good news is, hey, we knock him out, and then we'll also go ahead and knock out Lilias, because Lilias does a lot of damage on her S3 anytime you're going in with a Senya on the team as well as just the fact that her HP scaling on her S1 also kind of fucking hurts. And then, you know, just take whatever turns that you have, go into the Senya, we have Roana, we have lots of heals, and then, hey, you win. Now, probably into the worst match of the entire evening. I'm not gonna fucking deny it. Hey guys, I completely fucking forgot that AOL does silence mechanics on both her S1 as well as her S2. We're just so used to seeing the S2 being spammed because in the arena, that's like almost the only thing you ever see her do, or you kill her so fucking fast that you almost never see it. So basically, this is skill issue related shit of like, oh yeah, LucentAzure is a complete fucking retard and he completely forgot about the bad matchup of DC into AOL. Now, why is it a bad matchup? Here's the reason why. It's because the only dark unit on the team is Dark Corvus. Well, that entire fucking team is light. They're all going to go into Dark Corvus. Oh, that sounds good, no? Well, it is. Now, here comes the problem. One, we have Elvira on the team. Anytime that she has immortality, she's going to be doing that AoE attack right there, which then also procs Spirit's Breath on your AOL. So she's just going to be turn cycling like a motherfucker, or getting the cooldown reductions like a motherfucker, as well as providing skill nulls onto the team as well. So basically, we're kind of fucked right now because we don't have a good means of cleanse. The only way that we can actually win right now is we just need to turn cycle our Dark Corvus above the AOL, and we also need to make sure that her debuffs do not land. So we're hoping for a fucking 15%, or whatever the fuck the proc chance is of the S1 to actually go through. Now, What could you do instead of this dumb, retarded shit you're seeing in front of you? Well, it's a completely light team, and if you have absolute Giga Chad, beyond Giga Chad, A-Lots, like speed stats, and you straight up do not fear AOL for anything in the world, like let's say you're a 280, 290 something fucking speed A-Lots, and you just straight up don't give a shit. Okay, throw A-Lots on there, throw a Runk on there, congratulations. You kill the, Navy Captain Landy on literally turn 1. Why? Well, because the way in which her S3 works. Because Unbound Arowell's there, she gives a barrier to the entire team on turn 0 because they happen to be lights. Basically, you know, being a better version of FCC in every conceivable fucking way, especially if, you know, it's an entirely light-based team. And light is... you know what? I'll just go in and straight up say it. I think light is the best element in the fucking game. It just feels ridiculous. Like, a lot of the fucking craziest fucking units in the game are light. But, like, either way, right here, we finally get our opportunity to use Devil's Descent, and we're just like, yeah, okay, we need to kill AOL immediately. If we don't kill AOL, we're kind of fucked. Because we're still, like, at the mercy of RNG in terms of, hey, how long can Elvira stay alive? Because we can't really just burn the S3, the S1s for the extra turns, because that takes 2 souls instead of 1. And yeah, that's like your only real lose condition is, oh hey, cool, is if Elvira goes down and then you're straight up not able to kill the Navy Captain Landy. Now, mistake number 2 is going to be coming up very, very soon. Pay attention to that right there. You see the fucking HP on Navy Captain Landy? It's not even 14k. My dumbass didn't even realize it was 14 fucking k. Right here, I could have killed the Navy Captain Landy right now. I am very positive I would do more than 14 fucking K on a soul burn into a Navy Captain Landy, even if it's protected by escort. Pretty fucking positive that I would. But of course, I wasn't paying attention. Like I said, guys, I was really fucking tired that day. But, yeah. Can we perhaps maybe see HP values of units? You know what? If you hit that button in the very top left that just shows you turn orders and CR mechanics, can we perhaps maybe see more information with that? Like, oh, I don't know, HP values for units, maybe some, like, artifact information, stuff like that. It would be real fucking dandy. But, like, whatever. I guess I'm just complaining for the sake of complaining. But right there, because of, Landy salvos and all that other bullshit, Elvira dies. But hey, it's the last fight. I don't give a shit. It's over. And now on to the final match here. Now, this was something that was, it was very, very niche. Quite interesting, to say the least. It's Lilias, along with Lilias, along with Lilias. Now, the fun thing I wanted to test was, if I have skill null, does the Midnight Gala Lilias kill herself? Why, yes! Yes, she does! I kind of figured it would work because the HP values that you gain for doing damage with things like Lifesteal Set is based on the number of damage that you would deal, not the actual damage that is dealt. So I was like, yeah, it should work. And now because we have Terranor Royal Guard there, you know, Midnight Gala Lilias is green, she's just going to straight up go into the Terranor Royal Guard. And whenever you're going to not take damage from it, and you already have a really hefty HP pool, she's going to straight up kill herself right there. Jenua's there straight up just doing big honking damage to the Lilias, because, hey, his S3 is a complete Death Pierce, which, and that's pretty much it, boys. Yay, we killed Lilias, and we killed Lilias, and then we killed Lilias. Time to leave. Now, onto one other thing that I did want to bring up. Like right here, I changed the artifact for Jenua because I wanted to just try out Kayron's artifact, which is Shepherds of the Hollow. But after doing just a little bit of research where a lot of people were starting to use Windrider, I'm pretty fucking convinced that Windrider is absolutely his fucking best in slot. The reason why I think that is because the nature of how you would use Jenua, both in the DPS sense as well as in the counter cleave sense, is, let's say you go for DPS, and then he takes a hit from an AoE or whatever. Oh, okay, so then plan A procs. So then you get your turn, and then you do your shenanigans. So, let's say you kill with it, then you straight up get and then you get stealth. And not only does Bite heal you based on the damage that you deal, and if your Jenua is built properly, you're probably going to be healing straight up to fucking full, then you get then you get Stealth. And Stealth is infinitely better than his own artifact's Barrier. Barrier fucking sucks, especially for a Scorpio thief. Like, oh, what does that add? Just a little bit more extra HP? Your defense is so fucking terrible, you're just gonna straight up fall like it's nothing. And then there's like, then there's Charon's artifact. Okay, so you gain 20 evasion or whatever, and then you deal more damage based on how low your HP is. Okay, that is viable if you're going for the counter cleave setup. But it really just feels like Wind Rider is just straight up better, because you straight up get 20% extra attack just right out the gate, and if you kill, you gain even more attack, and then you can kill again. But either way, those are my thoughts on that. And hey, look, we're done, guys. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more of my rambling bullshit, hit subscribe. Woo!